Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sid. I am back with another video. As you can see, my nails are done and I'm going to bring you guys along. They are so cute. I'm going to bring you guys along as I do them. I did them last night. I recorded all of what I did, but my other YouTube video was still posting last night, so I said I would just edit it this today and all of that good jazz. But before I bring you guys along on doing my nails, hopefully I got a good angle first of all, because I was looking at it a little bit last night. Y'all ain't finished my nails till after midnight. Then I was up till 1:30, like editing and preparing some posts for tomorrow. I mean for today on my Instagram and on my TikTok and Facebook and all that good stuff. And so I was up really late. So as you can hear, my voice sounds a little groggy because I kind of been laying around because I'm extremely tired. Like, I need to do better about going to bed on time at night. My brain just be churning, like, when I'm, like, trying to think of content and things and just getting things posted and all of that. So, but let's get into just how I just been so... I said this the other day, like, the video that's still, I think, still buffering. I pray that it posts. But I was just saying how I have just been so on fire. Like, this fire is, like, a consistent burning and just in great expectation. Like, even Sunday at church, I was a little late to church because I kind of slept in and got into some things that I should not have been into on the night before. And so when I went to church, I was just kind of, praying with the Father and just, releasing some things over to him. And we had a guest pastor on Sunday, and he was just saying, he had shared his testimony and different things like that. Like, he just what he's been dealing with in the last just couple months of his life. And he had shared the story about how he had to go into surgery for his shoulder being broken, and once he got out of surgery, he was unable to feel his legs from the waist down. And long story short, he said this at the end of it, because his doctor was trying to get him to go home, but every time he stood up, he still couldn't feel his legs, but he was still able to stand. He just couldn't feel the fact that he was standing. And he said what the Lord spoke to him, or what he got out of all of that, is even if you don't feel it, you're still standing on it. And that spoke so heavily to me about, even if you don't feel like you're standing on your promises, you're on it. Even if you don't feel like you're standing in the life that God intended you to have, you're still standing on it. Like, just believe and know and see beyond where you are, and shift your focus and look with your spiritual eyes and see what the Lord is doing, because so much, and I have to be intentional about looking for the Lord and looking for his, almost like his footprints, his footprints in the sand. Because if you are intentional about looking for where God is showing up in your life, like, it is in the small things that begin to compound. Because today I was just, again, frustrated at work. Like, Lord, this is not forever. I began to pray and speak over myself that what I desire to do will be what I do full time. Like, I won't have to, like I said the other day, punch into a clock and be on somebody else's time being paid what they believe that I'm worth. God said I am worth more. Like, I was just finished reading Developing the Leader Within, and the guy was like, one of the leaders was late to their board meetings or whatever, and he ran into the room and he sat down at a random seat, whatever seat was open in the boardroom. And one of his coworkers looked at him and was like, sir, you should be at the head of the table. And he said, wherever I sit is the head of the table, because he is the leader. Like, you have to recognize what you are worth and who is the king of your life. He is the king of kings. We are the kings and queens. He is the king of kings. We are the kings and queens. Like, we are rulers. We are heirs to his kingdom. Like, we have to realize and recognize what is down on the inside of us and begin to cultivate that thing. Because this year, everything that I'm believing God for is coming to pass. And he keeps showing me that, yes, that's true, Sydney. Like, keep speaking it, because yes, that's true. What you are believing for is coming to pass. You have to stand on your belief. Even when you don't feel it, you're standing on it. Stand on it anyway. Stand on it even if you don't feel it. Stand on it even if you don't see it. Even if you don't perceive it, because even if you don't see it, try to perceive what God is doing. My Lord, I am just so amped up because God is moving and he's speaking so much to me, so much. And I'm willing to hear, but it's always in the most unexpected times. Like, he was speaking to me, like I was trying to get a quick nap in, after I came home from work and picked up my son from school. I was trying to lay across the bed and get in like a quick nap, because I knew that when my son was ready to eat, I would be up to cook dinner. So I just tried to get like a 30-minute, 45-minute nap in before I even did content or anything, because I'm like, I'm tired. Like, I just need a nap. And as I was laying there, it's the funny thing about the realm of sleep, when you're like half sleep, half awake, your spiritual ear is almost so awakened. It's so sensitive. That's why the enemy tried to attack you at that time. Like, you know how that sleep paralysis mess, he tries to attack you in that realm of you're almost sleep but you're not sleep. But God is also speaking in that time. It's such a beautiful, because your body is in this surrendered state. Your mind is relaxed. You're not really thinking about much, because you're like, I'm just trying to go to sleep. And he just began to minister certain things over me that I'm not going to release just yet, but I'm believing that stuff is going to come to pass. It is already here. It is just waiting to arrive to my doorstep. It is already out for delivery. It is just waiting to arrive to my doorstep. God, I just thank you. Man, when y'all begin to understand how the kingdom works, because that's what I was reading today in Luke 14, and how Jesus just kept giving these parables. And before now, I never understood the parables. I just, thought like Jesus was just sharing these different stories to kind of to dumb down the ideas of what he was trying to share with his disciples. But he was explaining what the kingdom is like, and it truly, truly blessed my soul of how God thinks of his creation. He will leave all who are already serving him, loving him, and know who he is to reach the lost one. Jesus was talking about in Luke 14, he was talking about the parable of the lost coin, the lady who swept the whole house, tore the house up looking for one coin, and then she called her friends and rejoiced when she found the one. They were talking about the shepherd who lost the sheep. Jesus was talking about the shepherd who lost the sheep. He left the whole flock to find the one and carried the one who was lost on his back to the herd. He carried the lost sheep back on his back to the herd. And then they talked about one of my favorites, or one of the ones, the most, I would say one of the famous parables about the prodigal son, who squandered all of his wealth, all the things, all the riches and the wealth that he had at his father's house. He chose to leave and be free and go elsewhere, and ended up having to serve in a field where he was hungry. He had to feed the pigs, and he wanted to eat the pig food, but he was so hungry. He was like, I'm just going to go back to my father's house and tell him how unworthy I am, and hope that he will just allow me to be one of his servants. But when he got back to his father's house, his father said, give me the robe, give me the ring, and the fattest calf, and we will have a celebration for you returning back to me. That is how the kingdom works. God is not shunning any of his people. Whoever decides in their heart, like, Father, here I am unworthy, I am undeserving, I am coming back to you, I am giving you a robe and a ring. That is what's going to be waiting for you. That's what's going to be waiting for you when you go back to the Father. That is what he explains to us in these different parables and these different stories. The kingdom of heaven is like this. The kingdom of heaven is like this. The kingdom of heaven is like God opening his arms to those who are lost. My God, that's so good. That's so good to me. But y'all, I just had to share a little bit of excitement before I get into these nails. Like I said, I pray to the Lord that this angle is right. I'm going to share a little bit more. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I kind of got frustrated halfway through the recording because I couldn't figure out what design I wanted to do, but then it kind of switched around and I pulled it back together. These nails came out super, super cute. I'm not even a pink person. I'm turning 30. Who in the world switches to pink? But I was thinking like Valentines. I couldn't come up with this idea, but I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. Y'all, that is it for my nails. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me doing my nails today. These came out better than expected. I made a couple errors along the way, but I went back, corrected them, and this is the final result. They came out so cute. I'm not even a pink person, but I was like, why not? Let's try it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next video. Bye.